much anticipated time of the evening when we're going to start the speeches. So firstly, I'm going to hand you over to Roman, who's going to do a speech on behalf of Natasha's father. Roman, do you want to get the mic?
Wow. First of all, I want to just say it's a great honour to give our lovely bride to Jordan. And I've got a little speech, obviously been delivered this morning on Natasha's dad. Speech translated into English. That's obviously not for me, that's from Natasha's dad. Jordan?
Hold on.
My dear children.
Hold on, 2 seconds, mate.
Turn the music off. Music off, the volume up on the mic, please, Dave.
You don't want a musical accompaniment.
Well done, Dave. Do you never know what song's on next?
Stop. Try it. Right.
Oh no, it's worse.
Reverb.
My dear children, Jordan and Natasha. We all congratulate you. We all congratulate you on this special occasion, and absolutely gutted, but I cannot be there. Wish you. I cannot be there with you. Still fuming, but this is another story. My beautiful daughter, I'm sure you're the most stunning bride in the world, and I'm very proud of you. Jordan, I'm so happy that we have you in our family. You're a wonderful person, and I'm sure you will take care of my baby. Children, just know that our mummy is watching you, and she's very proud of you. Susan and Roger. The words can't describe how grateful I am for all your support and love what you gave to our children, and I really cannot wait to meet you. Our dear friend Roman, that's about me. Thank you so much for walking my beautiful daughter down the aisle. You are the best. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Cheers from Kamchatka, from all our family. God bless you all. Lots of love, and patio, Dad. That's me. Just to you, Jordan and Natasha. To a new family. Mr. and Mrs. Boone. We have You're next time. Oh dear.
I'll just read it as if it says on here. So before we start, we'd like to invite you all to fill your glasses, and we have a marathon of speeches coming your way. Right then, on the internet it says that you're going to laugh at everything I say, so I'm alright. My wife and I would like to welcome I was supposed to make a pause after I said my wife and I, but anyway, my wife and I would like to welcome everyone here today. However, a moment for all those that could not be with us today, especially with Natasha's mum Irina. whom I never had the pleasure of meeting, but she must have been a wonderful woman to have raised the love of my life, and someone I feel very proud to call my wife. Toast to absent friends. I would like to say hello to those in Russia whom I hear today in spirit via the wonders of technology and the video link that we had in the church today. Thank you to Natasha's dad Igor for allowing me to marry his beautiful daughter, and the rest of the family with Oleg, Julia, Serge and Tatiana for making me feel so loved and welcome when we visited them a few years ago. And they made me feel so very welcome. Hey, dyslexia is terrible. And part of the family, but we'll be back soon. And then we're supposed to do another toast to Russia. Do you want to do it or not? Na zdrowie. I don't think I can do this as a... Oh, can everyone get the hip flash out as well, please? If you're lagging behind, you're not happy. I think we will all agree that Natasha looks stunning today. A woman who, in the words of June, is beautiful not only on the outside, but also on the inside. So true. My life has changed so much since I met Natasha in 2012. And with each day, my love only grows for you. Although the proposal was not as extravagant as some, it was just a whisper around the table restaurant when we were on holiday on a cruise. And here we are today, we're getting married. I didn't know that was going to happen. But yeah, I didn't have a ring, so I'm so excited about our future and all that it holds. A toast to my new wife, Natasha. Now I would like to turn to my parents. As scripted in the internet. Sue and Big Rog, whom I thank you so much for all the sacrifices you have made to me over the years and turned me into the handsome, charming, athletic, modest gentleman that I am today. Who accepted me through my troublesome teens with armed police, raiding the house and calls that I've been arrested. I love you so much. And you must be happy that I've met such a wonderful woman in my life, and Mum can sleep easy that I'm being taken care of by my new wife, Natasha. You have welcomed her into your family like the daughter you never had. Oh, second. Copy and paste off the internet. And for that, I am eternally... Lorna, you added this, didn't you? Lorna added this. She went through it this morning. So a toast to my parents. This is Roger and Sue. And my sister Tabitha. Now, what a beautiful day. Laura changed it all this morning. It was 5 o'clock in the morning this week, I didn't know. Now, what a beautiful day it has been today. And this is the... Wait, you're stitching me up, aren't you? And this is the process of a year of preparation and a lot of stress and a celebration of our love. We would like to thank the bridesmaids calm today. And being on hand with tissues. You all look fabulous and stunning today, as always. A toast to the bridesmaids. It's nearly over. I'd also like to thank my father, Roger, for being the best man today. He has always been there for me and really helped me out when I've needed it, as well as Mum as well. Although he was not on the stag do, we had a couple of drinks out there for him. I'd like to introduce you to my ushers, whom you'll hear from shortly. And they're a bunch of... a bunch of clowns who I call my friends. But they tell better stories than I do, and mine are usually very bland and boring. So you'll hear from them in a bit. And basically they're from like my oldest friends to newest friends, and a few along the way. So last but not least, we would like to mention a few friends here today that have exceeded our expectations and made a day truly a joyous occasion. Trevor Cause for the beautiful classic cars we saw earlier, and Tabitha and Mum, who were up at 5 this morning, making this room look perfect. Oh, and Sharon, thank you very much. Mick and Sonia, who got married 35 years ago today. And in true Jordan style, I'd just like you to just clean up, put some money behind the bar, and go home. Thank you very much. Good night.
Do this. Come on, Raj. Come on, Raj. Come on. Not you said about it, mate. That looks bigger than that.
Eleanor?
You got any braille? Braille?
It's worth the way to put the dentist, this is. Right. I'm going to go. Bear with me. Bear with me. Hey up. Oh! Yeah, like a strong, eh?
Hi.
Oh. Well, Sir's told me not to ramble on. You can see I'm not dressed for rambling. During the war, I've been asked not to tell any stories about my days at sea or the place in the lake. So I've put this. Hey, it's gone off, hasn't it? Sorry, don't give up yet. I've been told not to tell any story about my time at sea or the place in the lake. So I put all this into a cassette. And afterwards, if you walk up, I won't wear these they're all signed, and you can have 50 pence each, or you can have a t-shirt and a cassette for a fiver. The t-shirts are all one size. They promised me they'll fit everybody. What a surprise, Jordan asking the old man to be the best man. I think that story's just been used in the Archers, isn't it, just recently? Yeah, in the Archers, and you copied your story, mate. I bet. Yeah, it's true. Story of my life. Yeah. I'm sure this was a difficult decision for Jordan to make me the best man, because he's got so many good friends down here. Obviously, I think what he's done is hedged his bets, thinking Dad won't spoil my street cred. When Jordan was about to leave school, Sue and I hoped he would join the family business, but he had other ideas. Alan Titmarsh stayed with us for a couple of weeks, and shortly after Jordan started growing herbs. Right, he got a fish tank, lined it with tin foil, and heated on over. This didn't last long, did it? His next venture, street art. He thought he was the next Banksy. Oh, I thought his tag was love was great. His tag, one love was great, but the police didn't. Changed his career again, off to Portsmouth to study maths. He started printing T-shirts in the bike sheds with sensors. He hasn't looked back since. Sue and I are very proud of him in his work and friends he has chosen. They all make us very, very welcome every time we come to visit this area. Thanks, Jordan, for your friends you've introduced us to. Natasha was told her parents wanted her to be called Natalie, but the vicar sneezed at her christening. She's a very nice, hard-working girl who makes Jordan very happy.
Hard working, that's a good one. Very good hard working, I like that.
Well, compared to you. No, I think they make a very nice couple. Sue and I was worried when they went off for the hen and steak parties, and relieved that they both got back, and the friends, with no loss. Phones all been arrested.
Just married.
Only Mary.
Mary. Oh, no.
Mary got arrested.
Oh, did you? Tell me about this later. It's really great to see so many friends who have taken time off work and travelled to make this a great day. Thank you everybody who's travelled down here. I've only known Roman for a short time, but he has done a very good job of his duties today. Thank you, Roman.
Yeah. Yeah, Roman!
Obviously, we all know of all the hard work that goes into organising, and Jordan's done a brilliant job. Natasha, what you organised today? Sue, and your team today. What time you start this morning? Jordan, yeah. A lot of pressure on you, haven't they? It's been the last couple of weeks. And we've got this 90 watches travel from Norfolk this week. Yeah, Mark. 91.
Next month.
92 next month. Yay! We'll go out for a bike ride tomorrow. Well, of course, the ladies, as usual, took the shine off all the men for dressing, except for Jerry. Well, Jerry, where are you?
Watching the football.
Are you joking? Right. Have you noticed Jerry wears Primark? Well, Jordan's already thanked the bridesmaids for looking so good. The Page boys, my grandsons, brilliant. Natalie, you look fab. Jordan, who's got Tipex that out, not mine. Well, I want to say thank you all again. I've got to look for the children starting running around, adults sliding down the chairs, and it's time to stop. Oh! I didn't realise you said that. I was having a good time. She was nagging at me saying you're going to have to do this, do that.
Yeah, but Jennifer bought you that one.
Oh, why didn't you tell me that? A toast to Jordan and Tasha.
Glory to God.
God bless you.
Cheers.
Yeah, you did.
Roger, can you just get
Tabitha, would you?
Tabitha?
You do later?
No.
Tabitha,
Oh, it's a
let's
clown.
have it now.
Thank you very much.
It's a clown now.
Well done. It's like Santa Claus.
Nick and Jill.
Michael and Jordan. Michael
Thank you, Jill.
and Jill.
Thank you.
Lemon, are they here today? No. Come on, Michael. No.
Thank you.
I'd also like to say thank you very much to Mick for the wine he's given us tonight. Cheers.
Now you know, Mick has supplied all the wine.
Nice one, mate.
Jennifer Crane, cheer today. Jennifer Crane?
Come on, Jen.
Yes.
Come on, Jen.
You got a kiss shot?
Like first and the last this year.
Thanks. And it's a blue ticket.
And this is for Nan, who, when we told her we were getting married, she said, "Oh, I don't think I'll be there for that." And I'm like, oh, Jordan, like. But it's a pleasure to see you here, Nan, like. Got to stay around another 10 years now. And we have,
Hey, I was just getting into that.
Mick inside here, we've got a present for you for your 35th wedding anniversary today.
I bought
For 45 years. That's ages.
it. You're coming up for it. Let me see him. Stand up, Mick Sonia. Where are you?
I'd now like to pass you to my wife, Natasha.
Hello everybody, I just want to say thank you to Susan Boone and Roger for raising the man of my dreams. And thank you to my Turkish crowd, the Spice Girls. Thank you everyone.
I just love everybody, okay? I love you
Let me
all.
can hear it, Jim, on the mic.
Right then, lads. Ali Ray.
Well done, Tom.
Oh, Nan, sorry. Nan's got a...
Forgot about this, yeah.
Sit down.
This is good organising.
Got this, mate.
Yeah, sit down.
Sit down, Tommy.
How about you, mate?
Well, mate.
Hello everybody. Well, mine won't be quite so complicated as what you've already heard. But as it's in the fashion to read it, I'll read mine. Being the most senior member of our small family, I have to, I've been given this opportunity to say a few words. Firstly, I want to congratulate Jordan and Natasha. What an ideal couple they make. May they have a long and happy life together. I hope they will be blessed with children, especially a son to keep the name going. Now, if Jordan takes after my mother, she had me and 6 boys. So Jordan, you know what the old saying is, if you don't succeed the first time, try. I also want to wish Natasha into our family by becoming Mrs. Jordan Louis Pycroft Boone. Yeah. Nobody's heard about the Pycroft part because that's a thing that goes back many, many years. I have got it sorted out at home, but I didn't think it was sensible to give it out today. Evidently the Pycrofts were banned from Spain, from France, settled in Norfolk, and I've got all the history, but I'll let you have that.
Rape and pillaging, that's what we're doing.
Travellers. Now, with Natasha becoming Mrs. Boone, that makes 3 of us, Natasha. Yay. 1 for each generation. Hey. I have been blessed with 4 grandchildren, Tabitha, Elizabeth, Catherine and Jordan. And from today, 3 are married, 1 to go.
No crushing cake!
I've also been blessed with 3 great-grandchildren, Bodie, Zane, somewhere in the room, and Archie, he's gone too, and Archie. And I'm looking very much forward to another arrival in August. Many thanks to Elizabeth and Roy. I pray that all their lives will be long and healthy. May they all live in a land that is free. May they achieve all their dreams. And may they be who they were born to be. And may they know to their very last day that they're all deeply loved by me.
I feel a bit teary now. Well, shall I pass it over to you now, Jordan? It is time for your ushers. Who's up on the oche first? Is it Mr. Tom Ruley? Woo!
Bigger braces, I wouldn't need my glasses. They're the cheapest you can get.
Don't worry, that'll be alright.
Please leave.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Jody!
Uni Rog.
You like astronomy as well?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is... Good afternoon.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
To see you nice.
To see you nice. For any of you that do not know me, my name is Tom. Should I say a so-called usher? I would like to say my speech is about prepared as Jordan is. Hence, I turned up at 7 o'clock last night. Next thing you know, Jordan walks into the reception of the hotel and says, I've got a pair of 38 or 36 trousers, and I've got an extra large or an XXL shirt. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't really fit into any of that criteria. So next thing, I was a bit bigger. So next thing you know, me and Jordan went down to the Gap. Well, I think we sort of got sorted due to one person over here, Mr. Peter Madden. First of all, I'd like to say how beautiful and fantastic Tasha looks. Can we have a round of applause? And secondly, I'd like to say how great your red shoes are. I've been friends with you for a long time, mate. I've been friends with you for 16 years now, from the age of 12 years old. immediately, as soon as I seen you, I don't know why, you were my best friend, and unfortunately to this day you still are now. Jordan is one of a kind. You don't get people like this anymore, you really don't. At the age of 22, after coming back from Australia, I received a phone call. Jordan was moving to Turkey, living on a boat and retiring. His entrepreneurship was literally done at 22. He's worked for 2 years. And that basically sums Jordan up to a T-show. When the word best friend comes to mind, Jordan is loving, caring, supportive, and most of all, a family man. I would now like to talk about the Boone family. Sue, also known as my second mother, with her sweet, sweet Brandy. Big Rog, he's been a father figure to me over the last 16 years, and he is a modern day Del boy. Let's not get it wrong. He's a big legend in the Loughborough market community.
What's modern about it?
These two people are the backbone behind the Boone family, caring and would do anything for anybody at any time, in any place. They are literally the backbone behind this family. And fucking hell, she cooks a good dinner and all. I'm sorry. At the age of 12, I used to bike down to the B&B to terrorise the neighbourhood in whatever sport me and you were doing at the time. I literally lived at the house with Jordan while growing up with these caring people. I tell you, Tash, these people right here, you could not be around any better people. They are absolutely the best people ever. I promise you that, I promise you that. You couldn't literally find any better people to be around. At school, let's just say, Roger was, this is your wife. She's the person that you have to love, trust and care in for the rest in your entirety. For the pair of you, I wish you so much fortune, honestly. You are the best couple that I physically know. Actually, I would like to finish off a quick little story. Literally, on my birthday, I don't know if it was last year or the year before this, but I walked into the house and it was actually the 10th of July, which is my birthday. I walked into the house and next thing you know, Jordan's got a card for me, and he goes, oh look, this is for you. It had a scratch card in it. So next thing you know, I've scratched. Bear in mind, I don't play scratch cards whatsoever. Scratched off this scratch card. Next thing you know, I looked down and I realised it was I won 250 grand. And I thought, at first I was in absolute amazement. So I grabbed Jordan, I took my top off to be fair, I'm not going to lie. I grabbed Jordan, started swinging him around the lounge and said, we're going on the yacht for the weekend, we're going on a yacht, it's my treat, it's my treat. Went downstairs, told Jodie at the time we were trying to buy a house. I said, Jodie, we've got the fucking house, it's all sorted, everything's all good. Gave it to Jodie, she's going absolutely crazy. And then at the end of it I turned it around and it said, if you do have a mouth, eyes, ears or nose, this scratch card is not valid for you. I still tried to carry on ringing the number up after that, thinking that I still won. This is the type of people that they are. They're loving, caring and amazing. I would like to raise my glass, please. I would love to raise my glass, please, to all of you great people and say to Jordan and Natasha, I love you so much. I literally love you so much.
Well done, John. Nice done.
Cheers for the braces as well, mate.
Well done,
Don't
Tom.
wait for them, yeah.
Yeah, I bet
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Pete, and like Tom, Ali and Rowley, I am an usher for you today. So you got here, so that's my duties discharged, I believe. And may I say, Tash, that you are looking splendid today, and Jordan, well, as always, in your mother's eyes at least, you are looking great. In my eyes, when I reflect over the past 15 years that I've known you, I can only come to one conclusion, and that is you are simply not normal. After a decade and a half of knowing, studying, trying to rationalise you, Jordan, ladies and gentlemen, I can just say that his abnormality is deeply ingrained and it seems to be permanent. I was 12 years old at Ratcliffe College. It was the middle of the school term. All of the tentative of finding new friends had been done. The social groups had been set. We had the group who played near the tennis court who were into Slim Shady and yo-yos. And we had the group who played near the priest's house who were into NSYNC and computer games. Things were normal. That was until one morning when our teacher announced, "Boys and girls, please welcome into Year 6, Jordan Boone. He'll be starting with you today," or words to that effect. Well, to me this was most unsettling. Why is this kid 5 months late to class? Who is this guy? And is he gonna like Slim Shady or Eminem? Jordan shattered the social norms and with his social dexterity spanned the friendship groups. It is my private belief that he spanned the social groups with nothing to do with his good looks and charm, but it was all down to his amateur DJing ability, enabling him to mix Slim Shady with NSYNC into one song. Things for Jordan were mostly rosy at Ratcliffe, although there was one aspect of the curriculum that Jordan found intolerable. Ladies and gentlemen, it may surprise you to learn that Jordan hated Wednesday afternoon sports. Well, I say hated. I didn't actually see him hating or even taking part, just carefully managing a batch of pre-written excuse notes from the school nurse. In fact, rumour has it that the week after Jordan's mum, in her loving and doting way, purchased Jordan's first sports gear, that he joined his dad on the market store, sold the gear, netted a tiny profit. And so, from aversion to a school sport, the clothing entrepreneur was born. Clothing retail expanded and continued when he moved to Portsmouth. And through a secretive network of websites and outsourced labour, Jordan allowed himself to pursue the strange career of t-shirt printing, DIYing, cooking, marketing, website designing, and all the other divisions to his personally held conglomerate. The best of ideas, I understand, were dreamed up in his boardroom on his sailing boat. The most stark example of Jordan's ability to infect and coerce things to be different is that of his time at Portsmouth University. As many of the faces here today will testify, this is a serious institution. Well, it was until a certain J. Boone enrolled in 2005. Jordan was an impressionable chap in his younger years. At age 17, he heard about the bright lights and easy profits of stockbroking. The resourceful chap, he consulted his Penguin Careers Guide and promptly enrolled in Mathematics for Financial Markets at Portsmouth University. This lasted, to put it extensively, a few months before he thought, I'm more of an entrepreneur, and so he enrolled in a business course. And then a few months later he thought, you know, I'm too bohemian for all this business stuff, and he enrolled in a fashion BSc. It was all fine, but Jordan's meandering of the various courses in Portsmouth was all good until it was time for him to graduate. The print room, where those hard-earned degree certificates were printed, suffered a near meltdown and an emergency meeting of the University Chancellor and his aides was convened. They discussed how Jordan was a good student and how he certainly had fully embraced all that was on offer at Portsmouth University. But what do we call his degree? After the best minds and all of Portsmouth academic rigour was applied, they unfortunately failed to categorise what he was doing for the last 3 years. However, they generously awarded him a degree in general studies. And it is with all of Jordan's talent. General studies. And it is with all of Jordan's talent in finding the extraordinary that he has found himself the most extraordinary bride today. Jordan Lewis Rycroft Boone. Vive la différence. So out with the regular, away with the standard, and in with the superb Mr. and Mrs. Boone.
Yeah!
And I first met Jordan when we first came to uni at Portsmouth, so I've known him a few years now. My first memory of Jordan was when he came to my house party, and he arrived on some rollerblades, carrying a stack of vinyl under his arm. He looked like he was going to an 80s themed fancy dress party, but I soon realised that that's just the way he dressed. Jordan's got more energy than anyone I know, and he puts a lot of that into his various businesses. Once I shared an idea for a business with him, and before I'd even got off the phone with him, he'd already set up a website, a Facebook page, and somehow got 2,000 likes on it. Since then, we have lived together, worked together, and grown up a lot together, I think. From this, I've learned to live life to the fullest and care a lot less about what other people think. So thank you.
Yeah, nice one, mate.
I'm really pleased to see him so happy with Tash. I really am. And I think you'll all agree that they make a wonderful couple. Absolutely. So, a quick toast to the wonderful couple. Cheers.
Cheers.
Short and sweet.
Perfect, mate. Those last two were nightmare.
Who's next?
The braces are from a 6-year-old, I think.
Go on, Ian.
First of all, I'd like to thank Tash and Jordan for making me a usher. I've only known him 2 or 3 years.
1.
1 year?
It seems like 3 years.
It doesn't a lot. And when he made me a usher, one of the first things he said was, "Look, we've got you in a uniform to wear," and it was like, "Oh, great." But what you must do is don't take the tags off it. Thanks, mate. So, raise your glasses for Tash and Jordan.
So, you guys are the most beautiful and intelligent audience I've had today. But I did actually do a talk yesterday, and they're much better looking than you. Anyway. So the first time I met Jordan was at Tiger, a university business networking event, just a couple of years ago. Never wanted to shy away from a deal. Jordan took us to happy hour. So we had a few drinks and the happy hour ended. I said to Jordan, "You've got a spare one there, can I have it?" He asked me to buy it off him at a higher price. I said, "But the happy hour is lower than the normal price." So I smiled and walked to the bar and said, "Thanks for the offer for the warm pint, but I'll get my own." So Jordan's business ventures didn't stop there though. At the beginning of this year, Jordan came up with an ingenious idea of starting a business every month. One business was book a maid delivered to your house, that's right. Shall we just say Jordan didn't look too good in the maid's outfit, so it didn't really work out, that business, you know. Another business he started was a meat thief. Having a business that relied on stealing butcher's meat wasn't going to last either, was it? Let's be honest, right? So finally he settled on sticking with the t-shirt man, which he knows and loves, and I wish him the best of luck. I think Jordan's found a fantastic partner in Tasha, and I wish them a great future together, and more importantly, I count them as my closest friends for years to come.
Thank you.
Let's have a toast for the couple.
The chord right there, you'd forget, but anyway. Come to my wedding, Jordan said on Facebook. That was my invitation. You're an usher followed several weeks later in a text message. Write a speech, he informed me, in a WhatsApp message last week. Jordan doesn't have a particularly conventional way of doing most things, as we've discovered from the previous speeches. Indeed, the first line of this speech was going to be, Jordan, this speech is basically about how weird you are, but we've established that in the previous speeches, so I'll carry on regardless. So, where are we? So I phoned him on Monday, a few days ago, to ask him a few finer details, such as, where is the wedding? Only to be told the whole run-through for the day, which of course involves buying your wife from your future father-in-law, and then a bus trip to the fairground, because Jordan wanted to go on the roller coaster before the reception. Fairly standard stuff. Jordan and I have known each other for about 10 years, since we were at university together. Of course, it wasn't a particularly conventional meeting. At the time, we both had offices supplied by the university to allow us, for reasons I won't bore you with at the moment. Jordan expressed great concern at the whole affair, and was a great help to me. After that, a firm friendship was cemented. Over the ensuing years, a combined love of the 3 Bs have led us on all sorts of strange adventures. The 3 Bs being boats, BBs, but I thought that would possibly be inappropriate to include on a day such as today. So I'll move on. Quite often, all 3 of the 3 Bs were indulged in at the same time with varying degrees of success. After a particularly harrowing few months for me running boat trips down at Gunwharf Quays, Jordan felt that he was now suitably experienced in crisis management, which I believe is still on his CV to this day. Memories of him and I attempting to calm extremely angry customers down after us down sent shivers down my spine. True story. Other notable ventures have involved the purchase of several ageing and extremely unsafe sailing boats. Again, mentioned in previous speeches. The first, rather ugly and rather aptly named vessel, provided all of our friends with a great deal of entertainment. One such occasion was on my birthday about 5 years ago. Jordan and I had both taken the day off, along with a third drunken sailor from the university attributes, something I'm sure Tash probably agrees with, and indeed all of my fellow ushers who've indeed had the pleasure of knowing, I think I've just repeated myself there, blame the vodka in the hip flask that Jordan issued me with earlier today. And I wish you all my love for the future, a future I know will be filled with lots of unusual adventures.